Hello there, y'all. So we haven't, even though I'm not on the couch, we're gonna have a couch chronicle conversation. We haven't had one of these in a while because it's been all about the updates and the shower and the baby buys, all that stuff. And I really just wanted to talk to y'all about, I mean, it's still pertaining to the whole baby thing and stuff, but I've been having some just mixed emotions about a lot of stuff, and I wanted to come and just vent like I always do to you lovely ladies and lovely couples that watch, and I kind of just wanted to see y'all's feedback on it and so forth. I'm gonna try my best to not get emotional because I've had my few days to kind of vent, but I really just wanted to kind of speak about it. So I received some very important mail about 2 days ago, and it says, "Dear LaQuisha and Joseph, according to our records, you had a cycle of assisted reproduction at our facility on June 23rd of 2014. As a result of your treatment, we have 10 embryos left. As you know, we went through now 6. So 10 embryos are left and are in storage in our laboratory. It is our goal to determine each patient's desire, update our files on an annual basis, and so forth. You may elect to continue storage for another year and pay the storage fee of $500. You may opt the embryos to be discarded, or you can donate the embryos to an anonymous couple for thawing and transferring." And as I'm reading this, I'm already getting emotional. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm already getting emotional just reading it. I'm so sorry, y'all. Okay. So, I knew that the letter was coming because always during the summer, and I talked to hubby a little bit about it. I've also reached out to 2 of our IVF ladies that are in the community, and kind of gotten their opinion. I even, kind of prayed about it and stuff like that. But this is my thing. This is why I get emotional talking about it and stuff. I'm so sorry. This is why I get so emotional, because number one, I wanted this to be it. I'm tired. I've been dealing with fertility issues, meaning fibroids, getting tubes removed, having surgery here to do this. I've been on that journey since about 2008. Well, yeah, 2008, I would say the very first procedure I had when they ran the dye through my tubes, before we even knew I had any, fertility issues or whatnot. This was in 2007, and that's when I had the dye ran through my tubes and realized that they both were blocked. So if you want to start there, since 2007, however, I wasn't preparing for trying to conceive until, of course, me and my husband had, gotten together and stuff. But anyway, so it's been almost 9 years, I want to say, that I've been really into this whole fertility journey type deal. And I didn't know in the beginning that we were even going to even be able to conceive, because I thought that IVF was going to be one of those things that would be very like a dream, like a fantasy, if you would say. You know how you see stuff, or you go through stuff, or you see stuff and you're like, that's never going to happen because that costs too much, or I'm never going to get that. Or, I mean, of course you have your faith and stuff, but when your money doesn't match what, the amount, you try to figure out, well, how is that even going to happen? Well, the way you're going to be pregnant is through IVF only. You have no more tubes left. The only way you can get pregnant is through IVF. Oh, by the way, IVF is $20,000, possibly, maybe even more. Who knows? With the other surgeries you have to go through, and you still paying insurance. You pay insurance through your job. Then you paying when you go to your doctor's appointments, the copay. Then you're paying for any kind of what do they call it? I can't even think. My mind's all over the place. Your copay, and also your y'all know what I'm talking about. It's at the tip of my tongue and I can't even get it out. Like when you deductible and stuff like that. And so it's like you're paying everything. So you paying everything, and it's so expensive. And so at the beginning, I didn't know that this was gonna be a dream come true. Like I never knew that I was gonna get the chance to be pregnant, to carry, to even have someone exist that comes from me and stuff like that. So it was a real far-fetched thing, and I wasn't this cuckoo and crazy as I was in the very beginning, because it was like, okay, we have LeBron, and well, I'm more than likely, we're not gonna be able to afford IVF. That's $20,000. That's maybe gonna be further down the line. And when I first hit my job, when I worked at Kaplan College, was the first time I realized that IVF coverage exists. That's when I became this YouTube research guru for everyone, because I realized it's a possibility, it's a dream that women could have if they just get the right job and have the insurance. And so after that, it became a possibility. It's like, okay, now I know there's jobs out there that have it and stuff. Let me find this job. And so then when we moved out here, and like I said, Bank of America had full coverage, 100% coverage of IVF, it was like, wow, we hit the lotto again. And then, y'all know the story, of how everything kind of transpired. Well, with now, it's after we had Little Angel, after we lost her, which it was last year, so 2016, around February, March, is when we lost Little Angel. And I remember saying after that, I was telling my husband, I was like, you know what? I'm getting tired already. And even though we only had done, that was going to be the second round of FET, even though it was going to be the third baby, but it was the second round of it. I was already worn out, because number one, I hate needles. Like I hate needles. I hate them. I hate them. I hate the needles. I hate the shots, and I hate getting blood drawn. I hate the needles. I used to hate hospitals so much. Like I would, if somebody was ill or sick, they had to be almost on their dying bed for me to go up there and visit, because I absolutely hate I hated hospitals and stuff. Yeah, excuse my hair. So anyway, something's sticking up and I can't see it. But anyway, what was I saying? So that was already, I was like, okay, I want to go through this one and done. You know, when I got pregnant with the girls, it was kind of like, oh my gosh, like this is it. And then I hit the jackpot with having, you know, to me, 2 girls, and you know, like that was gonna be it. Like oh my gosh, like this could be it. We don't have to put any more money into this. So after the girls, then it became Little Angel. Then after her, we had a failed cycle, which never thought that could happen. And then we get pregnant and with the boys that we're carrying now. And so now I'm at a fork road where when it was 2 girls, I was done. I was 100% sure, unless hubby wanted a son so bad, you know, I was just like, I'm done. You know, like, I'm good. You know, we can let that storage go. You know, like, we'd already, you know, that was our first round. We had to come out no more pocket. They would have been born before the storage fee would have been due again. And I would have been like, deuces, let that go. I'm good. Well, I'm sorry. This is a harder decision this go around, because number one, y'all seen the gender disappointment video. For one, you know, I'm blessed, don't get me wrong, y'all. And knowing it's a hard decision to make, because I'm tired of putting money into this. I'm tired of not having my career going. You know, I have a degree sitting there and I'm not even using it for nothing. Not getting paid what I want to get paid at this time. You know, I'm 33, I'll be 34 this year. And I just feel like we put so much money into this, and it's like, the question is will I be able to enjoy life without having a daughter here in the physical world on earth? And I know, you know, I'm gonna enjoy my boys. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna enjoy them. However, it'll be in a different way, you know. Like, I just imagine the combing of the hair, the dressing up, the doing girl stuff together. And it's like, do I let this go? Do I let the embryos go? Because it takes so much to even get embryos. So it's like, do we pay another $500? You know, we're trying so much to get ourselves situated so we can do the next thing that was on our list of things to do, which is buy our second home. And so it's like, do I take the money from my family and be selfish to say, no, I want to have this money, which y'all know was it PGS? Is it PGS testing? I've never had it done, but the genetic testing where they check for chromosomal issues and you find the genders. You have to pay for that, and that's about what, $6,000, and then you pay for another FET, which is $3,500. That's not including medication. That's not including doctor visits. Well, doctor visits would be included with the 35, but it doesn't include your medication and stuff. It doesn't include you taking time off from work if you don't have any more time left, PTO time or anything of that nature, you know. And it's like, do I take almost this $10,000 for them to, number one, seek out a girl, number two, be able to have my dream fulfilled of having a daughter? Or do I just find a way to be satisfied? To be okay with a house full of boys and just be like, this is it. And you know what? It'd be different if I was naturally getting pregnant. I feel like that would be totally different because I feel like we can try so many times. And if I would have been like, if I would have been able to get pregnant naturally and I've had 3 boys in a row, I probably been like, I don't know about having another. You know, like, it would have been different. It would have been a different acceptance than this. And so my husband, y'all know him. He's the kind, he's like, look, whatever you want to do, baby, you know, it's up to you. And I'm like, no, give me your honest opinion. And he was like, well, you know, I'm content, you know, what we have. However, I know you really want a daughter really bad. And he was like, if that's going to bother you for the rest of your life, if that's something you feel like you can't live without, then we'll get the money and do that. But I feel selfish at too, and I'm tired. And I just wish that there was a possibility that I could just get pregnant on my own, you know. And that another thing that's been getting to me is because having no tubes, there's no possibilities. You know, not everybody, but you know, people say, you know, and I'm a Christian, and I believe that miracles happen. But have you met somebody yet that, you know, like, that had no tubes and, oh, I got pregnant, I have no tubes at all? You know, God made our bodies this way for a reason, for it to produce. Like, he didn't make it some other kind of way and say, okay, well, your body gonna work this way and your body gonna work that way. That's not how it works. You know, we're all born with fallopian tubes and a uterus, and it's like, that's what does its job, and ovaries. Sorry, y'all, they cutting the grass outside. But anyway, it's like, how can I be okay and put this whole having a girl thing behind me? Like I told hubby, I said 80% of me wants to say, the hell with everything, I'm done, I'm tired, you know, throw away the embryos and let's not pay this $500 because we didn't put so much money into it already. And here we are trying to get stuff for the babies, get stuff for LeBron, get stuff for our, you know, for the new house, and, you know, do things for us. And it's like, that's a big, to me, yes, $500 is a lot, you know, to just give, to knowing that the only way that I would give that 500 is knowing that we're going to be able to do this almost $10,000 situation, you know? And so, you know, so 80% of me wants to be like, I'm done. Maybe we'll get right by my window. 80% of me want me to say, 80% of me wants to say, I'm done. It's over. I don't want to do this anymore. I've had enough. It's time to live. It's time to, you know, try to enjoy life as it is and just be content with what we have, and try to compare myself to people that are worse off, in a sense, not in a bad way, but you know how the saying goes, there are people that's worse off than you. People, you know, women don't have uterus, or women that can't use their own embryos, and people that just want at least one, you know, child, one biological child, you know. So I try and look at it that way and stuff like that. I wish they get away from my window. And then there's that I want to say what? There's that maybe 19%. There's 19%. There's this 19% that says, no, I want my daughter. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna pay this money. Like I said, there's this 19% chance that 19% of me that really, really want to pursue having a daughter. And then there's this 1% that's undecided. Because I feel like I'm balanced. I'm on the fence, even though 80% is heavily weighs heavily more than this 19%. But I'm still on the fence. And I don't know what to do. And I keep telling my husband, I said, well, if that's the case, then I have to throw away all my girl stuff. And every time I think about it, I just get emotional all over again. And I was talking to one of the ladies in our group, and I was telling her, you know, how I was feeling. And she was like, I feel like you really deep down inside have this need to have a daughter. And she was like, you know, I say go for it. And it's not that easy, but, you know, I know what she meant by, you know, because on camera, she was like, you know, you seemed like you was more excited, and the way you know, more excited about the girls and the boys, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, I did feel like I hit the jackpot. I mean, I still feel like I won because, I mean, I'm pregnant, you know, healthy, babies, and I'm way past viability. You know, I have 1 week next week, and I'll be in 3rd trimester. And so it's a lot of things to be thankful for and grateful for, and, you know, and stuff like that. But it's not the same, because I literally, like, I wish the scenario was one's a boy and one's a girl. That would have been a perfect scenario. And I know things are not perfect, but it's like, I wish that I would have had at least one of them be the gender that we lost, you know, stuff like that. Him and that blower, he ain't blowing nothing. But I'm just having a hard time with that. And it's like, when do you know to throw away the embryos? When do you know it's time to throw away the embryos? I don't want to spend $500 if after they're born, I'm going to be like, you know what, I'm good. I don't want to go through this no more. It is what it is. I got a house full of boys, and I just won't have my girl. You know, like my husband say, you know, you have daughters, and I'm like, they're not here. They're not here. I don't know. I understand that we all want a perfect world, a perfect life for ourselves. And I know that things are not perfect and things don't happen the way we want them to, you know, but I just kind of need some understanding of why I was given 3 daughters. They all passed away. And then knowing my heart desire, always wanted a daughter, get 3 boys. And I don't quite understand it. And I'm grateful. Again, don't get me wrong, I'm very grateful, but I'm also just very confused at how, you know, things played out. And I just don't know what to do. You know, looking at that letter, number one, no, I'm not donating, because I can never imagine what someone else would be doing with my kids. So I can't donate. I just can't do it. I don't have a problem with nobody else doing it, but I can't. And maybe if I was in a different situation where I needed other embryos, somebody's embryos, I guess that I would feel differently. But because I'm not in that situation, I honestly and truly can't relate to that, and I can't, you know, I really can't donate. So there's discarding them, and then there's keeping them. And if you're keeping them, and if we don't do a gender testing thingy to see what the gender is before we do the FET, I think that would make me more nervous, because if they say, okay, boy again, then what? Then what? You know? So anyway, y'all, I just really wanted to come and tell y'all that I'm glad I didn't get too. Yeah, I was on the phone with hubby yesterday, and I mean, I kept keeping it together. I kept breathing and woo-sign, and you know, so that way because I don't like him. I don't want him to think that I'm not appreciative and stuff like that, you know, and all of that. But you know, and there's people that I know that wanted twin boys or wanted boys, and then they're like, oh, I really wanted a little boy, but I ended up with a girl. So everybody's a little bit different of, you know, why they want what they want and stuff like that. But basically, I'm at a crossroads where I'm trying to figure out a decision of what to do. 10 embryos left. $1 million seemed like spent already. And it's like, what to do? What to do? You know, and I'm almost scared to even ask for confirmation. You know, I'm like, God, you know, send me a good confirmation to just show that this is enough. You know, that I just wasn't meant to have a daughter. Like, why would that even be instilled in me, though? You know, why have this strong desire that you know can't be fulfilled? And I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, goodness gracious. It's hard. It's hard because I feel like I don't want to let them go just yet, but I don't want to pay this money either. I'm tired of paying money. I'm tired of it. Tired of paying money towards this, and I'm just ready to move on with my life. I just wish that there was a little girl that was in it, you know. So yeah, so I'm still going through that. Still, I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, guys, I am gonna go ahead and go. I don't want this video to be that long. I think we're already at like almost 27-30 minutes and stuff, but I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. Please, you know, give me some advice. I'm not asking for anyone to bash me or anything like that. I'm not asking for those. Those comments will be deleted. So I'm not asking for bashing comments, but I am asking for comments in a situation of like kind of, I guess, what would you do, or if, you know, you had a strong desire to have one gender over the other, you know, what did you do in your situation if you had this situation? You know, if you had a house full of, you know, girls or boys, and you really wanted a boy, but you was like, you know what, this is it, and tired, whatever. Tell me, you know, I really want to know how you handled it emotionally, mentally, you know, and that way, you know, I can get a little bit of advice, make sure I'm not crazy. Bye. Or Levi. So, but anyway, Lenix, baby B, head is up here. Right here. I always see him kind of budging out right here. And every now and then I'll get like an elbow or an arm on this side, but then his